Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles. So, something I just noticed, actually. I forgot to make another mana spreader. I was getting some other stuff together, and I've been busy working on something, and I totally forgot to get another mana spreader. I'm going to have to get that whipped up really quick. So, but anyways, a couple things that I have, well, the main thing that I've worked on has been this. Using those sandy bricks that we had been we started generating. I've been working on this little area. I'll walk you through it here in just a moment. It's not going to be a cobble floor. That's basically just some beam type stuff that I've put up to block that out. Let me pop down here. Let me get two of these. But anyways, what I've been working on, you can see I've got kind of like a skylight going on here. Let me actually grab this so we can come up, get a better view of it. So this is what I've been working on. You can see I basically just brought the building up. Those sandy bricks had time to build up, which was good, so we've got those to use. I did bring this around right here. The blocks that I've been using are destructive stone pillars. These are very easy to craft, just requiring basically destructive wheel. And then you can get them. That's the reason we've been working on wheel, right? So they're actually very cheap to craft though. And then the Cyan terracotta shingles, and these are just terracotta with cyan dye, basically. But anyways, you can see I've brought that around. I've kind of worked it around the pillars. This is all subject to change. This is just very rough at the moment. And if we come around, of course, like I said at the start of this series, I'm going for changes in elevations with the builds and with the, I'm trying to move that into a focal point because I tend to overlook it or not think about it or just not do enough of it. So we are working a little bit with that. And so I've kind of actually brought that into this build, and we've got the section here that comes out that is where the cart depot is. Right, and we've kind of got some windows here that can overlook it from the second floor, and the skylight here. I've also opened up this, and of course this is where we'll be able to walk outside from this bottom floor, and then go into this little workshop area. This area, of course, still needs a whole lot of sprucing up, but it's a work in progress at the moment. And then I've also used the old vanilla technique to kind of add some texture to just a base, blocky one color kind of thing, or one block type thing. Of course, there's multiple colors inside the sandy bricks, but anyways, using stairs, and then on the other side, I've put them on the opposing sides. So we've kind of got these stair little, I don't know, divots, so to speak, that come through there and kind of break up this corner. And I will probably add them elsewhere. I just started here, and I'll work my way around. But anyways, it does look a bit better, and I've started adding where the fence is going to be around the workshop. So, and then of course we're going to have to do a top for it, and then have our carts that run across the top of that. So I've got to figure out how I want to do the top for this, and then of course put the actual fencing up there. And I think that's the main thing that I've been doing, really. There's a lot of working on that. And I've been getting some stuff together for the runes as well. And yeah, so there you go. It's still very rough at the moment, but it is a start. So it's getting there. And I'm actually thinking about having that section over there, I'm thinking about having it as a tower, maybe. Perhaps that kind of comes up off of the rest of the building, and I'm thinking about having a raised section in this, so it's not, the roof isn't all one elevation. So and then I don't know if I'm going to do a slanted roof, or actually probably, well, no, because this lower section, this is probably going to come up 3 floors and have a flat section. And there'll be another segment of the building that comes up that maybe has a slanted roof or another flat roof. I don't know. I'm not for sure. I mean, we've got a flat roof over here, but this is kind of leading into a different section of the base. This one is more the tech center, the factory, as well as our like manual workshops. So I don't know if I'm going to go with a flat roof on the top or not. I'm not for sure. We'll see. I'm just kind of playing it by ear at the moment. So, anyways, let's pop over here. But it's good to be back working on the factory because it has been a while. And definitely something that we need to get back working on, because I was pretty much just waiting on getting the wheel, getting the treated wood, which the treated wood hasn't actually came into that build yet, but it will. There was a reason I wanted to get that set up, just it hasn't made itself really apparent yet. But anyways, let's go ahead and bind that over, and I guess I really need to hold on to this. And what I want to start off with today is I want to start off with making some runes. Like Rune of Water is mana, steel, copper. Sugarcane and fishing rod. Water sail and mana powder. Which I think I've got one mana powder. I think I'm going to have to make... or no, I've got 4. Okay. Well, we can get a few of these made. There we go. That's going to start running. And we'll give that just a bit. I guess I should go ahead and grab some living rock. But that's what all my inventory is. I've been trying to get this stuff together. Totally forgot about the spreader. That was on my to-do list, and it slipped my mind. But anyways, throw a living rock on there, and then one to the forest, and we'll get our Rune of Water. Okay, so next up, the Rune of Fire requires mana, steel, basalt, gunpowder, netherwort, blaze powder. There we go. That's going to start running. And I need to pop over here. I need to get the mana infused, and I need to get it pulverizing, because we're going to need more mana powder. Okay, I'm going to grab 10 of it. I've got 40 altogether. Of course, now I only have 30, but we're going to make ourselves 10 mana powder, which should be good. I absolutely love this thing, by the way. It's pretty much just one of those things you always want on your bar, because even if you're just moving across the ground, like, look at this. I can, like, move super fast while I'm moving on the ground, too. And it makes, like, closing distance with, like, skeletons or anything like that, it makes it a lot faster. Okay, so next up for the earth, we need mana steel 10, bog earth, a bone, block of inferium coal, and a mana powder. And while that's running, I'm going to pop back over here. I'm going to grab what mana infused is already pulverized. Also, I forgot to mention in the last episode, you may have noticed, because you can kind of look at my mini-map and tell, FTB Utilities is back in the pack again. And so I do have my areas chunk loaded. So you're limited to 50 chunks loaded at a time in this pack. That can be changed, of course, through the configs, but FTB Utilities has one of the most confusing to use configs. Oh yeah, the dilithium. Like, instead of just having it in a config folder, it has its own thing, and I remember we had some issues with that on the server, and I know Severe tried to get it to update, but it just kept, I don't know, reverting. And I don't know. FTB Utilities is awful trying to make any changes to it. Alright, so for the Rune of Air, we need dilithium, mana steel, string mesh, a feather, snowball, mana powder. Not a problem. But luckily this pack does have spiders. Get out of here. Get out of here, you. What's all these spiders? Soulbound 2. There's another one. Oh my gosh. What in the world? Okay, so anyways. There we go. There is our Rune of Air. And quest complete, Rune of Earth and Air. And let's go ahead and turn this into mana powder. There we go. Let's get a mana diamond. There we go. And let's see. I can't remember how we make mana steel, because I've just got a bunch. I think it's just steel, right? To make it, or no, it's iron. I'm thinking of I think interactions it's steel. I can't remember, but I know thaumium's steel on there. But so we did get a couple quests completed. If we take a look here, we've got water and fire runes. We get a mana powder, 2 netherwort, and a silver coin. And then the Rune of Earth and Air. We get an Endoflame, 4 Living Rock, and a Silver Coin from that. And then there's Spring and Summer. Is there not one for mana, really? Or did they... I almost wonder if... Because the way they're listed in here, it's like pop, 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 pop. There's the 4 main ones. Then you got the 4 seasons. Then you have mana. Then you have the 7 deadly sins. And I almost wonder if mana's not like behind the seasons. I wouldn't be surprised. So, anyways, it's 4 mana steel, mana pearl, mana diamond, liquid starlight cell, inferium, and mana infused string. And I did bring string. Do that. There we go. I did bring string, but then of course all the spiders showed up. And, oh yeah, I've got a mana pearl that we made last episode right here. I actually think we're going to need another one, though. That, and that. And what am I missing? Oh, I threw mana powder in there. It doesn't actually take a mana powder. I always hate emptying this thing so much. Of course, that was like one of the first things I threw in. So, yay me. Okay, so anyways, there's our Rune of Mana. It's running. And then the next thing we need to do, we need to pull up the Terrestrial Agglomeration plates. And this is going to require 3 blocks of mana steel, which we're going to have to actually make mana steel plates. I actually have a bunch of these made up, though. If we want to do it through there, or we can cast it, of course. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab like 18 mana steel, and I'm going to go smelt this up. I don't know. I need to make a factorizer at some point. I actually don't have that many mana steel plates. I got like 6. So, I was thinking of the lapis plates that I have a bunch of. So, I'm going to just convert a half stack of mana steel. Hopefully, I've got the mana for that. I think that I should. There we go. There's Rune of Mana. So, our runes are done for right now. And I got to keep this running because we're starting to eat through a lot of mana at a decent rate. We need to get that automated. Of course, automating with Endoflames is not a very difficult process. It's about one of the easiest things in the world to do. But I don't think we're going to bother automating the Endoflames. I think we're just going to skip that altogether. And instead go straight towards something a bit better. That's the plan anyways, but we'll see how it goes. But let's pop over here, and we're going to go ahead and get some of this stuff laid out. So, the runes. Okay, we're going to need 5 lapis blocks, and then we're going to need a couple pieces of void stone, which, whoa, that's more expensive on here. That's okay, it's not bad. I just wasn't expecting a decorative block to be made more expensive. Which is funny, because void stone, actually in the pack I'm working on, you need that pretty early on for a couple things. For a couple just minor recipes. It's nothing major. It's not really more difficult. It still has the base recipes, but there is like an alternate recipe for that. So, and I wondered, I saw voidstone in a couple things, like in a couple of recipes on here, and you know, I didn't give it a whole lot of thought. I was like, oh, okay, it's just like a random thing. I wasn't expecting it to have a increased recipe or more expensive recipe, but let's see. We need Eyes of Ender. 2 of those. I can't remember if they're standard in this pack. They are not. They take something else. Luminescence and Evil Dust. Okay, so let's go ahead and get all of our luminescence. There's that. And then we're going to need the Eyes of Ender, which are that. Then we're going to need the compressed obsidian, which I may or may not have the obsidian for that. I do not. I don't have any obsidian at the moment. It's fine. I just have to go mine some. So let me pop down to the mine real quick. And I'll go get 9 pieces. Which actually, I've got 5 modifiers on this. Let's go ahead and speed this up. I don't think I've ever even bothered making a hammer in this pack. Which before we do that, I'm going to grab a little bit of this redstone. And we're going to speed up our hammer. Because I don't want to... I don't want this to take forever. Hastest. Okay. And we've got 1 modifier left on that, so... Okay, and our last block of mana still is pouring out, so that's good. Let's pop down. I love this thing, by the way. It's so much fun. Okay, I can't remember which side it's on. Is it on this side? Yeah. This is where I was mining up obsidian. And I thought I mined up more. But I guess whatever I mined up, because we made something before that took a bunch of compressed obsidian, if I recall. And so I guess I just used it up for that. We're going to be automating obsidian here fairly soon. Whenever we get around to the... Oops. That's the only thing about this that you got to watch out for, is you'll lose yourself if you're not careful. Like underground. But anyways, we're going to be automating it soon whenever we get to the stone mega expansion, because I'm noticing a trend where we've got more and more compressed obsidian recipes coming up. So I do want to deal with that here fairly soon. Okay, I think we've got everything for the void stone, right? So we get 4 pieces. And then we're going to have to chisel this. And then I think that should be done. So we'll drop that in there. Drop that in there. And the last thing that we need is the 5 lapis blocks. And then we're going to need a couple additional ones as well. And I don't know, do we want to go ahead and make a factorizer? They're not that bad, really. I'd say, well, we're going to go ahead and make a factorizer. Because I really don't want to have to do this manually. And I'm tired of making blocks through the smeltery, to be honest. So I'm going to have to pull this stuff out. That's fine. But we're going to take a quick side step here for the factorizer. So we need 2 pistons, 2 chests, and I'm assuming I only have 1 of each, so we're going to just try to mix it up a little bit. We need a cleaning tube. We need a redstone servo. And then we need a motor, which I always hate making motors on here. And then we're going to need 9 triberium that we can turn into... I don't think we can actually... I mean, if I could do that, but I don't think I can alloy this. Looks like we're actually going to have to make the ingots and smelt it. That's fine. Luckily, the ingots are cheap, so... Alloy smelter, we're going to drop it into here because it'll be a little bit faster this way. Albeit a power hog to craft it, but that's fine. We'll come back to that in just a second. So that's crafting. And then I'm going to need the advanced control circuits. Oh, and then I need the 3 bronze. I need to run that through the compactor. And then I need an advanced control circuit, which we've done these before. They're not that bad. We actually did one of these a long, long time ago. And this is actually one of the things I tend to use, not always, but sometimes I'll use my coins on those basic control circuits because they're just not worth crafting most of the time. Okay, and this stuff's done. Let's go ahead and grab that. I need to get that turning into a block over here. But once we get this, we won't ever have to make blocks this way. Ever again. Okay, that stuff's pouring. And... then we'll get our control circuit, then we can go grab that, and then we're done. So, that... Oh, I had one right here with super glue. Whoops. I totally forgot I'd set this one up. That's okay. I was wondering why I didn't have any super glue over there. I was like, man, I must have used exactly it, and I totally forgot that I'd set up that other workshop, but... Okay, so let's get the factorizer. There we go, at long last. I should have got this sooner, but, yeah. Okay, so then what we're going to do, let's grab ourselves a bit of lapis. It doesn't hurt if we get extra, because we're going to need, which actually... Oh, I have a block of mana steel in here. Whoops. Anyways, we'll throw that in there, and it's going to start combining that together. There is combine, and there's also breakdown, which is split. Otherwise known as split. Now, let's see, I'm going to need 18 more. Because I think I'm going to need 9 of these. Yeah, I'm going to need 9 of these. So anyways, now we can get our terrestrial agglomeration plate. So yay, there's that. And it's really not unlock any quests, or do I have to like craft all the jewelry before I can move on or something? Don't know. I don't know, because this is like astral sorcery up here. This is making runes, manatide bellows. Mana tablet, assembly halo. It's very possible it's somewhere, but I don't know. This is why I get behind on the quests. Because there's like random things in the middle of key things. Okay, so we're going to set this up like... for right now, we're going to put it right here. This will be fine. So we're just going to dig ourselves up a little 3x3 area. And we're going to place this out. Like that. It's living rock. Lapis. Terrestrial agglomeration plate. That should be formed. Now we're going to need a couple sparks. And they are standard. Okay, so let's get our 2 sparks. There we go. We got the live drive advancement. And let's pop back over here. We're going to set 1 spark there and 1 spark on top of this mana pool. Technically, we can make terrasteel. And if it's standard, we have enough mana to make 1 piece. Let's see. I'm going to assume that it's standard. I'm going to go ahead and grab 8 ender pearls. And we're actually getting somewhat close to some things I'm wanting to actually do. Now that we're getting up to terrasteel. Kind of like blood magic, we're kind of moving through the progression aspect of things, and then we'll double back. And, well, not really double back. We're going to be getting a lot of the useful things as well from Botania here fairly soon. Okay, now actually I don't have enough mana to make a terrasteel, because I wanted to make a bunch of bulk stuff. So, I'm going to have to give this some time to build up. Okay, we've got the stuff now to make this. So let's do that. And it's mana pearl, mana diamond, mana steel, of course. That's standard recipe. And there we go. We got ourselves a piece of terrasteel, and we got Dancer in the Dark advancement, which pretty much drains out all my mana that I had built up. I need to get some more going. And I think next episode we're actually going to be automating mana, because it's kind of at that point where we really need to do it. So, but anyways, we need to make ourselves an Elven Gateway Core, which actually doesn't take any terrasteel in this pack. Oh, but the mana pylons probably will. Or, not mana pylons, the Elven pylons. Gaia pylons, Natura pylons. That's what I'm trying to think of. No, they don't. Okay, so we didn't actually even need to make terrasteel. I should have looked ahead, I guess. I'm so used to it taking terrasteel. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to need 2 ancient dusts, which we've got plenty of those. But anyways, we've made our first piece of terrasteel, so yay. One thing I do want to make, though, probably one of the first things I want to make, it's not really going to be useful to us until we automate mana, but we're going to be making a Terra Shatterer. So we're going to need 6 terrasteel, and some other things. But I think the 6 terrasteel is probably the worst part. There's also this, but it's actually not that bad for us. Anyways, Elven Gateway Core. I want to get this set up today. So we'll have this set up. We won't have mana to it at the moment, but we will have it set up, which is the key thing. So 4 platinum plates. I forgot to grab the ancient dust. We've got 14 ancient dust at the moment. It's not too bad. Not too shabby. And then we're going to need a block of gold and then 2 teleportation cores, which are atomic alloy. So we're going to need, of course, we've already got a metallurgic infuser. We're going to need some compressed obsidian, refined obsidian. Okay, that's just obsidian dust and some crushed diamond. So, and then we can, I'm sure we can make one of these maybe in the pulverizer. Yeah, this one right here. Okay, so we're going to need a couple pieces of obsidian. Okay, so the platinum plates are done. Let's go ahead and move this machine. Even though I really should actually set this top section to output. So maybe we'll stick the metallurgic infuser there. We need to get back on working on machines here soon. Alright, so we'll get that going. It's going to be a little bit of a process here. So then once that's done, we're going to have to combine it with crushed diamond. And then we're going to have to combine it with the obsidian, which I think this is going to be standard. So we're going to need 4 diamonds, 2 pieces of obsidian, and we should be good to go. So we'll go ahead and get the diamonds crushing up. I think we can do all this stuff through the pulverizer. There we go, and then we'll throw in our obsidian. Okay, And we're going to actually need 2 of these, so most of these are just extra. Okay, and there's our pulverized obsidian. I guess, actually, if you go with the pulverized method, you don't need as much. Because if you go with, like, say, the squeezer, you only get 2 and 1. Ugh. Enrichment chamber, you get 4. Okay, well, there's that. And then we're going to toss that in and get that refining. It's a very, very strange recipe for the Elven Gateway Core because it's, like, really, really tech-heavy. Not a whole lot of magic to it, just a lot of tech. I've noticed this pack really rewards you if you go tech-heavy, and magic in itself is rewarding. So, I guess that's the kind of the trade-off. Because if you know your way around the magic mods, you can get some pretty OP stuff. It's a lot like it was in like SevTech, for example, where the magic was somewhat overlooked a lot as far as the recipe changes and stuff go. So, all right, so that's going. I'm gonna need some more living wood. That's why I popped over here. Let's see. Let's get our teleportation cores. Oh, I didn't make the. Whoops! I got the refined obsidian dust, but I forgot to upgrade it. And don't forget this stuff has Curse of Vanishing, so if you die with it, you lose it. So, it's gone forever. Okay, so, here we go. What am I missing? Oh, I only made enough. Whoops. I only made enough for 1 craft. My bad. Okay, so let's go ahead now. Let's get our other teleportation core, and then we'll get our Elven Gateway core. Okay, so it's pretty well downhill from here. Now, we are still going to need a couple pylons, Natura pylons. So these right here, we're going to need, well, we'll start with the standard pylons, I guess. Okay, they're Triberium, and we're going to need 2 of these things. All right. Okay, so let's see. I've got 2 blocks of gold left, and I'm going to need 6. Luckily, now that we made the factorizer, I'm glad we went ahead and did that because it's going to make making these blocks of gold a bit easier. I'm also going to need 6 mana steel plates each. I've got 5 at the moment, so I'm going to get those going. I'm also going to need 2 mana diamonds each, which I think I've already got those things crafted up. Okay, and then, oh, I need to get some more living rock going because I'm not going to have enough. And actually, I guess, let me pop back over here real quick. Let me go ahead and grab 3 pieces of glowstone so we can combine this and that. And we're going to get glimmering living wood. And we'll go ahead and set up the portal itself real quick. And what we're going to do, I've actually built this little area out right here for this. And let's pull up that real quick. And we're going to do living wood, and then we're going to do glimmering living wood, because this is going to be part of the base of it. And then we're going to have the Elven Gateway core setting right there. And then we're going to do living wood, dirt. And then living wood, glimmering living wood. So that's the portal, right? And then we'll have our mana setting right up here for it, because it can pretty much just be in front of it somewhere. There's a limit. I can't remember how much it is, but you can put that just in front of it, like anywhere in these newer versions. So, and this is another thing that I want to get automated here very, 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 very soon, is living wood and living rock. Because we're going to need a bunch of it for the build. That's why I haven't been building on this area. It's not a big issue because I have a lot of factory work, like factory build to do. So that we can actually start putting stuff in the factory, which will be exciting. But okay, so back over here, let's go ahead and plot that out. And then we're going to have our blocks of gold. We're going, I think this is just, yeah, it's just 1 pylon per. Okay. I'm actually going to need 6 more blocks of gold here in just a minute. So they're not too bad, though, at this point. Okay, so now all I need is the lenses which I think we made a couple extras of these. Or one extra. I'm going to have to pop over there and make one more. Okay. Okay, so there we go. We'll get this crafted up really, really quick. And then as far as our magic goes, once we get Botania settled, because honestly, once we get the Elven Gateway and we get some automated mana, I mean, Botania is not that difficult to go through. A little bit difficult right now, and that's only because I haven't automated mana yet, because I'm holding off. I don't really want to do Endo Flames. You know, actually in the pack I've been working on, Endo Flames don't even exist. I've totally removed them because I feel like they're overused, and I hate them as a starting mana source. So I'm kind of just skipping on past these a little bit, or getting on past these, and then we'll automate some other stuff, because I've automated Endo Flames so many times. So many times. Okay, so for the Triberium, let's see, I've got basalt blocks, and if I recall, if I set that to split, I can split these. So we don't really have to do it through the alloy smelter anymore, so we'll just do that. Basalt's super common, so I think that should be the best way to go about it. And then I'm going to need altogether, I can't remember how many ingots of this I'm going to have to make. It's 5 for each one. 5 and 4. So let's just throw in a stack of that and get that going. And I got to add more generators. We need to work on power some more. We're going to do that soon too. There's like so many projects to do. So little time. Okay. Hey. Okay, so anyways, that stuff's crafting up. I need to turn my attention now towards the Natura pylons. We'll have the living rock. That's not going to be an issue. The gold. Let's see. I'm just going to throw a thing in here. Set it to combine. The electrotine. We're going to need electrotine ingots. And I've got enough for one block. And I need 4 blocks. Luckily, I've got fertilized essence. I need to get more seeds planted of this, because I go through this stuff like crazy fast. So I'm just going to get as much essence as I can. Which honestly, it'll probably be pretty close to enough, in truth. Okay, and we've got 17 Tiberium at the moment. And I need 20, I guess. Then we're also going to need Jaxum ingots as well. Which that'll be pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and throw in this Jaxum ore. I don't have it set to a filter yet, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it into here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get that Triberium crafting up as well. Okay, so that's done enough. I only need 4 of these. I'm going to go ahead and craft one more because I want to slot it into a drawer. So we can go ahead and have that placed in. But anyways, there we go. There is mana pylons. Wait, I need more living rock though. It's fine. Let me go grab that. And there's 48 of that. So I think we should have plenty of living rock now. And I'm also going to have to get a couple mana pools too. So I'll get that in just a second. Those actually aren't too bad to craft. Alright, so there's 2 mana pylons. Then we get to work on the Natura pylons. Which I think all this stuff is pretty well straightforward. I just need more materials. I'm going to go ahead and just make a whole bunch of luminescence because we've been going through that stuff so fast. And I'll craft this stuff together. Do I want to go ahead and make 64 Eyes of Ender? Yeah, why not? We'll need them. So there's 64 Eyes of Ender. And here we go. Here is our first Natura pylon. And then we just need 1 more electrotine, and then we need 2 more Jaxum, which it's processing right now. So I've got time to get the other 6 electrotine alloy ingots I need while I'm waiting for that stuff, because I had some magnesium that was running through there, and it's got a bunch of clumps and stuff built up. So anyways, I'll be back here in a little bit once that stuff's done, and we'll get our other Natura pylon. I'm also going to craft a mana pool as well, which is just that. It's not expensive at all. So I'll be back here in just a minute. Okay, we should have everything now to get our last mana pylon. And I've got the stuff on me to, there we go. I've got the stuff on me to craft the pools as well. I was going to craft them, but I did ended up doing Jackson one ingot in here, or one ore, through the pulverizer. So there's our 2 Natura pylons, and then we'll get our, oh yeah, got to grab this, and we'll get our mana pool. And, you know, it's funny, actually, it's really, really funny, at the beginning of the series, or pretty early into the series, you know, I commented that the Fabulous Mana Pool wasn't changed, the recipe, because it's often overlooked. Like, the standard mana pool will get changed, and a lot of times maybe there's a diluted mana pool recipe or something. Fabulous Mana Pool, it has the exact same storage as the standard mana pool, it's just shimmers. But for some reason in this pack, it is now more expensive. It takes the diamond, I mean, I guess you don't take bricks, but it does take 5 energized silicon, which is a whole bunch of glowstone. It's not super expensive, but if you want a shiny Fabulous Mana Pool, it's now... Of course, you have to get the Elite Crafting Table, which is very doable. We could craft one of these, we just haven't had a need to. Oh yeah, we did. We did craft one of these. I totally forgot about that. For some reason. But... Anyways, but let's pop over here. But that recipe was changed, so it is... it's not a cheesy way out, but it is a strangely more expensive way out, I guess. But anyways, there is that, and there is that. Okay, so now we've got everything in place. We just need the mana to start this thing. And it does take a little bit of mana to start up, and then, of course, it takes mana every time that you craft. So, we're not going to start that up today. Like I said, next episode, we are going to work on the automatic mana system. That's the plan. Of course, that can change, but that's the current plan at the moment, is to work on some kind of auto mana. But so anyways, I think I'm going to end out this episode here, and we'll resume next episode and do that. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure to hit that like button, and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, to stay updated with when new videos come out. I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.